Greetings and welcome to Let's Play Kona. So we are at this house, which we are now exploring because I'm in the area. It has a bike and a lawnmower. Aww. Can I not? Hello? Thanks. Yeah, that's a safe.
What was even the point of locking your door? If everyone hid their key in the same place. Carl was starting to feel like his investigator life lacked challenge.
Is there a way to warm up here? Because I'm getting really cold. Maybe inside.
The house smelled like incense. The kind that reminds you of the good Lord, of peace.
Okay. TV's on the other side. Huh. True. Attach wire. Why would I do this? Follow it from. Oh, those tomatoes look juicy. Nobody here. More steaks. Ah, they have a. Let's start a fire. Warm up a little bit. Oh, warming up my butt. Oh yes. Woo. No loose chains in these quacks. Wonderful TV program. Enough food for rough times. Not that much. Hey, they cut the bread the same way the other people did. That's interesting. It looks lovely in here. How did it draw the sun? Maybe with a drawing pencil or so.
Religion was very influential throughout Quebec many years ago.
La Bible.
Indeed, it was surprising that Carl did not come across a single chapel since arriving here. The perfect cookie-cutter Catholic family, most likely attending church every Sunday.
Every Sunday. No. Baby
The
quick.
family's mother must have spent her days washing the filth off her kids' diapers. The empty
Full?
cradle sent an eerie feeling down Carl's spine, as if minutes ago someone just grabbed the baby and made a run for it.
Because Carl came.
Who knew that giraffes thrived in the North Pole? The craze for toys was stupefying.
Okay. That's a really... Gosh. Okay. Oh, I thought my lamp went out. My flashlight. New journal entry? The hunt. What did I just... Hamilton's murderer. No idea.
Carl wasn't desperate enough to invade a village woman's privacy. Carl wasn't desperate enough to invade a village woman's privacy.
Dream catchers. Okay. I don't know how being a devout Christian dream catchers
Dream
work.
catchers originated from First Nations legends. They were used to trap nightmares.
Huh. Superstitious things. God, they had to live here to... Holy shit. Okay. That's bingo. Very comfortable. You know, maybe you shouldn't have so many kids if you don't have the place to support them. I mean,
Jean-Luc Bédard had without a doubt been the closest man in the village to William Hamilton, otherwise known as Uncle Willie.
I have a diary just like Mom. Unlike her though, I don't wear a long face when writing, but I do love to write my thoughts, and about Martin most of all. I love talking about him. I think he loves me too, just like in Romeo and Juliet. People like it when I see him, only because he's a play. People don't like it when I see him, only because he's a play. But just like in the story, nothing can stand in the way of true love. I lost appetite, I can't sleep anymore. Every waking hour, intense shivers run through my body. That's making me see Dr. Biopwe, whatever. I didn't start my timer, I just realized. With his big hands touching me everywhere, his foul breath exhaling all over my face. Yuck, I'm not sick, I'm in love. I love Martin so much. There's nothing I like better than thinking about us playing together, like we always do. I wonder if he found the key I lost the other day. He was pretty sad when I did, because it's for his dad's garden shed, and Martin has always been afraid of him. I think Martin's dad is a bit like Dad's god. The key fell in a burrow next to the shed. Poor Martin, he cried like a baby, but I still love him. Okay. Mom often cries when she feels lonely. I think there's no reason for her to cry. Mom can be stupid sometimes. Dad works a lot because of that wealthy Englishman buying everything. That's what notaries do. They make sure that people get what they are paying for, basically. It's complicated, but that's how Dad explained it to me. The rich guy doesn't look half as bad as Martin told me he was. When I saw him this morning at Dad's office, he told me, "Call me Uncle Willie." I found that pretty funny. Plus he gave me candy. Okay, it was kind of old and dry, but still candy. I think Dad gets along well with Uncle Willie, because when he's with him he laughs the same way he does with Father Label. September 22. I had to gobble up Dr. Beaupre's horrible medicine, because if I hadn't, I wouldn't have made it to Christmas, or so he said. I haven't seen Martin in weeks, nor did I go to school for that matter. Dad has been praying beside my bed every morning for a while now, and at bedtime too. Today he went hunting with Uncle Willie, and he told me to ask God to bless him in my prayers. I think this has to do with the medicine that only the richest of rich can afford. Dad told me he will be praying for Uncle Willie until the day he dies, and that I should do the same. God, Father Label, and no Uncle Willie. I wonder when Dad finds the time to pray for Santa Claus. September 28. How can Mom be so stupid? And she's getting fat too. She cries like a newborn puppy all the time. It's so annoying. I came across Martin today. He seemed pretty thin, and maybe kind of dirty. He doesn't look as neat and presentable as Uncle Willie, that's for sure. Okay, so she had a bad disease, I guess? History.
Carl wasn't desperate enough to invade a village woman's privacy.
Could have been interesting. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3 kids. 1, 2 beds. Oh, the cradle. Right, I forgot. Yeah, but like I said, I mean, how are you going to, like, if they were like teenagers or so, do you want to put them in the same room still? You know, maybe 2 kids would have been enough. Everyone had their own room. I don't know. I'm just saying. Guess people like having their own bedroom for some time. No car. Okay, so they left, I guess. No car tracks, so they've been leaving for a while. What is with this eye up there? Hardware.
A true Catholic always strives to keep lowly temptations at bay. Obviously, Carl thought, someone in this house wasn't doing a good job at upholding the Holy Bible's teachings.
Alcohol, cigarettes, a key.
A peculiar key indeed, too small to fit in a door lock. What sort of miniature object was it meant for?
Holy shit. Because someone had to hide their habits. Seriously. Empty gas can. I don't have to... I hope I don't have to fill it. Okay. I found the key, but... I can't remember something in the house. I can't remember something in the house being like, oh yeah, you... Flashlight... Map... Okay, so I have the key just on me. I don't know. Okay, I can't expect it further. So I don't remember something in the house being like, oh yeah, that's
Carl
locked.
smiled at the sight of the nicely protected garden. Hopefully, the Bedards had managed to dig every last potato out before the sudden snowfall.
Every last potato. Ooh, what's this? Ah, matches. Nothing, nothing. Huh.
Good Paul 6, appearing papal. His crooked fingers gave the impression he was about to bestow a miracle.
TV's on the other side, that's weird. Maybe someone likes to look out of the window. I don't know.
The perfect cookie-cutter Catholic family, most likely attending church every Sunday.
That's a small storeroom. Was there something I can interact with? Or was this on the other side? I think it was something on the other side. The side. Kids. Pictures. Oh, now he's reading it. What? Why?
The Bedards had vacated the premises. Carl gathered they would be of no help.
What? Okay. Jean-Luc never had a knack for mathematics. Twice he might, he'll never realize that he simply cannot be the father of the child I'm bearing. But how can I be sure? I have to keep this a secret. At least until the time is right, when it will be safe. Okay. Dr. Bjorkwood told me it would start showing soon, that I couldn't keep it hidden forever. Gotta muster courage, he said, with his unusual condescending tone. Courage to face what's coming. But he doesn't get it all. For him, I just had some childish affair. He doesn't realize I brought eternal damnation upon myself. Oh, God. Marie is very sick, and Jean-Luc plunges into despair. I told him nothing about the evil growing inside me. Sometimes I get the feeling he can see right through me. My Marie's suffering, and I'm the one to blame. Oh, Lord Almighty, why do children have to pay for their parents' sins? Marie has recovered, but there's something really gloomy about her now. She always seems so sad. Maybe she caught a glimpse of what dying is like. What if she's an unhappy child now because of me? Jean-Luc truly honored me 2 nights ago. If the baby makes it, maybe Dr. Bropper could convince him it was born prematurely? It's my only way out. Jean-Luc truly honored me 2 nights ago. Okay, that's a way of saying. Wedding to Lex St. John. I do have to say, if I pronounce these things wrong, I'm very well aware of it. I don't care how these are pronounced. I never had French in school. I don't know how to do this. I'm just winging it here at the moment. Okay? Okay. To visit Jean-Luc's mother, I need to. The situation is untenable and we fear the worst. Okay. So she had an affair. But I still don't know why I... Oh, I was crouching all the time. I still don't know why I was now able to do this. And... But we have this key for something. It's not a locked door.
Love of religion and ancestors was rooted deep inside the hearts of Canadians of old, to which the Bedards appeared to be closely related.
Oh well, I guess we will find whatever this key is hiding sooner or later. Maybe it's for somewhere else. Maybe he also had an affair. I don't know. Everything is possible. So, where are we? We want to go down the road for quite a while. And visit that house. Okay. To the video. I do have to say, that sounds Irish. It sounds like Irish songs. At least the way they are done. I don't know. Okay. Lep. $15.56. Okay. Roy's house. Doggy! Aww. We fled. It was getting too dangerous. More people live in North Manaston. It will be safer there. John Roy. Okay.
It was a classic Canadian house, except for the absent horde of kids that would normally be swarming about.
The horde of kids. Okay, we can put chess.
Just one more move and white is checkmated. Game over. It seems the game was abandoned right before the final strike came down.
The final strike came down! Let's put the locks where they in my back of the truck. Deposit. Oh god. The locks, the empty gas can, the beer bottle, the first aid kit. Yeah, let's keep the hardware. Okay. I can't leave them. I think I have 7 locks or so, that should be plenty. Ooh, food. Matches, wonderful. No steaks? Cretons. Okay. God damn it, I want a steak! Everything is at stake here. Fire starter. Okay. Hello? Is there nobody here?
Simone de Beauvoir, Claude Lévi-Strauss, Hannah Arendt, Roland Barthes. Carl was surprised by the literature filling this liberal-leaning bookcase. Could there really be intellectuals dwelling in this far-off land? The couple radiated something akin to lightheartedness, to freedom. Perhaps some people out there truly found a way to live happily ever after. A picture of Wilfred in his youth. Carl figured right away that the man must have been some kind of wildlife officer.
Or he was just standing on this thing by accident.
The photograph was snapped not too far from here, Carl noticed. The couple seemed to be very good friends.
It was snapped here. They didn't have a table back then, apparently. Or they moved it out of the way. This is all crammed and holy shit. Guess I'm used to larger establishments. Painkillers, wonderful. In case I get attacked or so, I don't know. I don't even know how to get my weapon out. Q? No. T? I have no idea. The Fantasy, page 2. It was about the time that Monsieur met Beatrice. Of mediocre beauty at best, a girl with a distinctive features, cheeks covered with pox-like freckles. Pox-like freckles. Jew nose. Okay. Oily forehead, tired but vibrant eyes, shaded red hair, slender as a child body, chirpy laugh, you name it. It was the very image of innocence. It happened to be precisely the kind of victim Monsieur was picturing in his mind, though. One night, as he was contemplating the ceiling from his bed, he swore to himself again and again, I will kill her. His dreams were later filled with images of the imminent crime. He had come up with a simple enough plan. One fine evening he would visit her place to become familiar with the area's intricacies and feel closer to the impending murder, to slowly dig into Beatrice's thoughts, desires, dreams and abilities. This way he would be able to get a concrete sense of what his sinister deed would be stripping away from the very fabric of life. The whole thing would take 2 days, a week at most. Okay. Someone was into writing murder novels?
All manners of clothing were gone, as if the Rois drove out of town with their closet in tow.
Konapoli, you win if you pass go. Okay. Is this some sort of joke? It's like a hunting
Not a
cabinet?
single weapon was left. All of them were gone.
Novel, page 3. The first time he met Beatrice, however, she unexpectedly revealed her troubled origins to Monsieur. She was adopted at the age of 4, and recalling her former life still gave her a hard time. She played the piano in so graceful a manner that people often thought she may be the natural offspring of a musical virtuoso. She always cried before falling asleep, torn from the inside by dreadful pain she couldn't explain. She confided to him so profoundly that Monsieur couldn't get enough, coming back every night to learn every single thing of what would come out of that delicate mouth after pulling one last breath out of it. Every night he reflected on what the death of Beatrice would mean in terms of losses to humanity's common heritage, be it the sound of her sobbing or her piano melodies, the compulsive tapping of her long index finger on the temple when she harbored dark thoughts, or any other little thing. It didn't matter. Everything would indiscriminately vanish. Everything. All these thoughts made for some blissful slumbers indeed. Then days became weeks, and therefore he knew it. It was Monsieur's turn to throw his secrets at her, his hopes, his cries of despair, as if throwing coins in a wishing well. She will be dead by the end of the month, he promised himself. She will be dead by the end of the month. It looks like this one He-Man or Prince Adam picture. What's this? Joe Dessert, okay. Still no TV going on. Novel, page 4. The two lovebirds were still going at it 7 months later, though, confiding fears and desires alike near the fireplace several days a week. The populace took notice, and wounding words eventually found their way to Monsieur's ear, prompting him to take action to prove his gentlemanship. He had to ask Beatrice's hand in marriage. He would have more than enough time to kill her later. Hey! Today, when Monsieur stares at the motionless ceiling just like he did 20 years ago, he still wonders what he would be removing from existence by slitting Beatrice's throat. What he would be depriving his children of then, as if soothed by his fantasy gently drifts off, smiling the night away. Okay. Oh, creepy fella. Ammo box. Okay. I'm missing the first novel page, I think. There it is. Monsieur had yet to add another murder to his curriculum. He was fond of new experiences, especially the most thrilling ones. and taking the life of a flesh and bone individual who the night before was still able to think, dream, fantasize, calculate, read, held the promise of exhilarating sensations. Unlike Raskolnikov, it wasn't about axing an old Jewish hack to pieces to test some lunatic theory. Not at all. Monsieur just wanted to know how it felt. It seemed so simple. Horribly simple. He didn't have any particular victim in mind. Like most people, his desires went quite wildly, so he only had a vague idea of them in mind. He pondered using a rifle or a knife, assassinating a young girl or an old man. He tried to focus on practicability. His victim would have to be defenseless. Bodybuilding wasn't exactly Monsieur's strong suit. He would have to act spontaneously, but not too much. He wasn't that eager to learn what spending the rest of his life in prison would be like. Some experience carried just too high a cost to be worth it, really. Okay. You do you. Okay, that goes out. So we learned quite a lot about this little town here, but not really stuff that we need to know about. Wait, is there cabin? Ah, this was where we entered, I think. No. Oh, the west store. That was the west store. Oh, the cabin was, yeah, right. The cabin was, yeah, where we found the warming place. Blair, Old Rosaire, Doctor, Loville, Lamoth. There are some sleeping places here. Okay, interesting. I guess we should go to Blaise. Let's go to Blaise. Next. I thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And we will see each other soon. So take care and hit the like button.